Thank you for that recording. Ready, sis?
Yeah.
Did you see the video that I sent you that said we should start calling our best friends saying bestie and then their name, like how nuns say sister?
No, I didn't see that.
So funny.
Did you send it while I was driving here?
Probably, yeah.
I've got a backlog I need to work through. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the pre-chit chat.
Okay.
Okay. Episode 2, the nut farm in effect.
In effect,
I don't know about you, I'm not going to talk for you, but when I watched our replay, I'm pretty much obsessed with episode 1. And I think that we're like the funniest people on the planet. So I'm really excited to continue on this fun journey.
that's great. When we were watching episode 1, I was number one horrified at my voice, to be honest. It's not made for radio. So anyone that's still listening, God bless you. Also, the rearing back, I'm like a stallion. I'm like, why can't I not do that? And I was trying not to, and I still did
I think it just is a fake look. It's not real because I'm sitting right next to you, and if you were doing anything that didn't,
It's not giving stallion. Like,
if anything, it was giving, I don't want to talk too loudly in the microphone, where I'm like, scoot yourself up.
am I close enough now?
Yes.
I feel it.
I can't even see your mouth.
I feel it like, tickling my lips almost.
You can give it a little,
Just a little bit,
little
little
buffer.
back.
You got good lips. You need to be able
Okay,
to
here we
show
go. Here we go. That's the sweet spot.
right there.
Try and stay there.
Don't move.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Today, we are going to touch base a little bit on, we're both going to go to a yoga class tonight, and it's called Sensual Somatic Yoga. My girlfriend Kelsey is brilliant. She's amazing. If I know anything about meditation, it is because she helped me get there. And she's been asking me to go to this class for, I'm not kidding, like years.
Yeah.
Years. And so finally, I'm like, yes, I need to do it. But here's the kicker. I am very, very, very comfortable in my masculine. I like to go. I like to do.
Sure.
I know that I'm healthier when I stop and I chill.
Mhm.
But like my femininity and like the sexy, like this stuff
Yeah.
makes me feel extremely uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
I don't want to feel uncomfortable in that anymore. So I'm just going to fucking bulldoze right through it and
Just lean in, like
Yeah.
lean in hard.
I know, but I'm like very nervous to see if I laugh or if
Yeah.
like, what if I come out of there like the sexiest kitten with the most high libido that's ever walked the planet?
Well,
With that.
I think Steve will be really pleased
I think you would,
for one.
yeah, agreed.
And like, I think that that's great.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, I guess.
But I mean, I am going to laugh. Like, I'm going to laugh at first, at least,
I know.
because it's like my nervous tick. I'll be like, "Ah," and then like, what if she's not cool with it? Then I don't want to be like the class clown.
I think she will be. I mean, she invited me. She can't have too high of expectations.
Yeah, but she didn't know I was coming too.
You're sexier than me.
No, but what I'm saying is like, I'm there with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm goofing off like
Yeah.
a 12-year-old boy,
Yeah.
and together we're causing issues.
Maybe we shouldn't sit by each other.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna be serious about it.
Do our game
I'm
faces.
gonna be serious like you. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna come out like the fucking pussycat dolls. We're just
I'm
gonna
in.
be body rolling left and right,
Yeah.
popping, locking, whipping our weaves all around.
Okay.
And I think it'll be great.
Yep. I get this tightness in my chest just thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm
Quick
open.
question. What if I pass out?
Quick question. What is the safe word?
What is our safe word here?
What's our safe word gonna be?
Baloney.
No, it'll be great. And she's like such a good facilitator that anything will be good. And she's already told me. She's like, it's not, you're blowing it up in your head to be way more than it actually is.
Oh yeah, because my mind is going to like weird places.
Well, she also used the word primitive with me. Primitive movement.
Primitive scares me. Primitive scares me. I'm thinking we're gonna be like
Crawling around like
around a
animals.
fire, like a bonfire.
Mhm.
I envision like
Body paintings.
animalistic, yeah, like beads, reed skirts.
I don't think those are being supplied.
It's probably just gonna be like a lot of cat cow and like, oh,
Yeah.
right?
Hopefully we don't have to,
Is there a pole?
no pole, just mats, and it's dark. And she says it's just, she showed me some of the movements and they're attainable. They
I
are.
don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm hoping I just come out of there like feeling myself.
Well, what are we gonna do after?
I think we may go get some tattoos,
Mhm.
maybe slam some mocktails.
Yep.
I wouldn't be against some good appetizers. Would you be
Some
in for
small
some
plates, some tapas?
some appetizers of like the food?
Split an appetizer?
I would enjoy that.
Some finger foods?
This podcast is gonna just change, like tail off into a tangent of us just talking to each other and forgetting what we're doing.
Yeah, that happened just now.
Yep, did. Okay, so back on track.
Mhm.
Why do you think that we are both so uncomfortable going to the sensual somatic class?
I would like to talk about this.
You know, where are
I
you?
made a
comfortable?
commitment here. I'm gonna dig deep. Really? I think because, okay, I don't always want to bring up the patriarchy. I'm just kidding.
The
But-
goddamn patriarchy.
Especially in our generation, say,
Mhm.
like sensuality, sexuality, exuding it. Not encouraged.
Yeah. Or you're a
Um,
hoe if you do.
right. Right. And like that was just kind of the way.
Mm.
And I think those seedlings get planted and they have deep roots by this point in time.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
it's hard to move out of that space
Mhm.
when you're like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I look like a stripper. Remember, she dresses like a stripper. She looks like a stripper. Like, stripper? What's wrong with a stripper?
Right. Agreed.
You know,
I've
it's
actually
like,
met quite a few of them.
and I, low key, I like admire them.
Mm-hmm.
You get up there. It's one of probably like the oldest professions
Yeah.
in the world.
Yep.
And you just own it. Think the confidence, the freedom,
Mm-hmm.
the power you have up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I
know
get that.
I know there's a lot of ugly with it too. I'm not an idiot. Like I get it. But still, like that little piece of being able to get up there, shake what your
Mhm.
mama gave you, and get money for that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Do you know I always threatened my dad that I was gonna go and strip if he didn't give me money in college?
Oh,
I think it was just a power play.
yeah.
There's no way hillbilly Gretchen would strap on her chaps and go in a freaking
You
pool.
know what? People would pay for that. They'd pay
Yes, they
good
would.
money to see your little butt up there.
Little booty
Stick
shake.
that thing.
Maybe that will be my alter ego coming out of sensual somatic.
Oh my
But yeah.
God, that's such a good idea. Let's develop
Oh,
an alter ego.
we're getting somewhere here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes me slightly nervous about the tattoo after because like we're gonna end up with like a barbed wire around our arm,
Oh,
like
Jesus,
fucking
I will not let
Pamela
that happen.
Anderson. Like,
Oh my gosh. So, but it brings up all seriousness. I feel like I'll be the serious one in this podcast for all the
I'm
growth
so
and
serious.
involvement.
Like, what are you
But-
slandering me?
So the whole point of like you brought up a good point about the seedlings and how it's kind of kibosh to be this sexual, sensual human being.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that Kelsey does is about the divine feminine and embracing everything that is fantastic about being a woman.
Yes.
And I just read this one thing too that was like, I can't believe I'm talking about this on episode 2, but like sensual energy is
Mhm.
healing energy. And I think
Yeah.
that they even use the word sexual energy is healing energy. So it's just another facet to help grow and be your highest, most.
I feel like we're repressed.
Okay.
Would you say that? Like,
I think that's a valid word.
there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
And that's maybe what she means about primitive.
Right. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
censored, not, dialed back,
Uh-huh.
dialed down
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
of whatever's happened to us in our
Lady
life.
in the streets, but a freak in the sheets
Yeah,
type
just
modality.
letting it out.
Mhm.
I think it could be great. I think it could feel really good.
I agree. I agree. There's times where I'm in cat cow and
Mhm.
I'll get my hips going in like a figure eight or something.
Yeah,
And I will
sure.
feel things.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
not
Well,
against them.
yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
So it feels a teensy bit not right to go right into the other topic of inner child work after
Oh,
this. So we're gonna go to story time.
story time.
And today it's story time with Miss. So take it away.
So Adam and I, shout out to Adam,
Shout out to Adam.
precious gem of a man. Um, been married for, oh, ooh, I shouldn't have said that because I do not know the number precisely. Circa 20 years. I think
Long
coming up on
time.
19.
Yeah.
It'll be 19 years. We went out on a double date with our friends, Lauren and Katie, had a delicious dinner. Um, we're sharing stories. They just got back from like this amazing trip. They went on a cruise.
Oh, it looks so
It
fun.
was their belated honeymoon. They never got to go, so they went, and it was a fantastic trip. Um, telling stories about the boat. Of course, I'm a big gambler. I'm obsessed with gambling, so I say Katie because I know she gambles as well. She dabbles. Well, no, like more than dabbles. She's really good. I was like, did they have a casino on the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they had a casino on the ship. Oh, how'd you do? Took them about 7,000.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
like, shut the fuck up. 7 grand on a cruise ship is a lot.
Do you think it's rigged on a cruise ship?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 7 grand. And then she got back. And then a couple days later, she went to the casino again, took home 3 grand.
What?
And I know from previous conversations that she hit a big, huge jackpot at Talking Stick and won 11,000.
Whoa.
So her luck is like insane. And she plays like slot machines.
Oh no, she's not even a blackjack player.
No.
Oh, I totally
This
took
is
her for
slot
like sitting at
machine
the
action.
tables.
So we're sitting there at dinner talking, and of course, like all you gotta do is like barely mention gambling to me, and I'm like, let's go to the casino.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go to the casino.
Right, right.
She's like, sure, we could hit up Talking Stick. I was like, let's fucking go. So we went to Talking Stick.
And what are Lauren and Adam going? Or do I just need to shut up and let you take it away?
Oh no, they're like, okay, we'll go.
Just go with the
Sure.
flow. Okay.
Okay. So drug them around. They were good sports. Me and Lauren played some. I lost my ass. Lauren was up and down. Adam likes to watch. He likes to see the action. He doesn't want to play himself. He likes to be the hype man.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And so, I would sit by Katie and I would try and like I'd play the same game. Nothing, 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 nothing. Next to me, this bitch, one after the next. Boom. Oh, I get to spin. Oh, I get to select the
Stop.
things. I get the special mummy guy who's going to give me the gems. We played this Conan game, 800 on the Conan game.
What?
Every machine we went to, she won hundreds and hundreds of dollars. By the time we left, we'd only been there for like 2 hours. 2,500. Not just one machine. She took that place for all they had. And I was like, how do you do this? I was like, Lauren, how often does this happen like every time? She goes, I'd say like 3 out of 5. She's winning thousands.
But there on those machines, there's no skill to it, is there?
Well, you like need to know the
You know how to
rules,
count.
but there's no like I made a bad I played the wrong hand like
Right.
like poker.
Right.
She's just that lucky.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I've spent my fair share at a casino.
Yeah, you
Lord
have.
knows it.
Yeah.
And she was just could do no wrong.
My
I was
gosh.
like, oh, we should come back and eat here. She's like, oh yeah, I eat for free at all the restaurants here and have like multiple days of free. She goes, my next goal is for to be a high roller so that they will like I'll call them and be like, hey, I want to come play, and they send a limo for you, pick you up and your friends, and take you to the casino.
Oh my gosh.
Bad ass.
She has amazing energy.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with her. Her
When-
and Lauren, I love so much.
I-
But like, I've never seen anybody that lucky. It was
Right.
insane. And like, I was thinking she's not gonna do it this time because we've been talking.
Right,
talking,
right,
like,
right, right,
it.
right.
She could do no wrong. It was like nothing I'd ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was great. It was really great.
And so in those situations, I don't know much about Thea. I know that I like to be the one that rolls the dice in craps. And people are like, wow. And if you roll the dice well.
Oh, like table play.
Yeah. But so if you go as a group, will she give you some of that money?
Katie?
Because you guys are there together.
I mean, sure, like Lauren was giving me her money because I like ran out. I lost my ass early on, and she had so she's like, "Let's play this one together. You want to play it? You want to play it?"
Okay, okay, okay.
But you know, I was just so jacked on the winnings, and like,
How
I
fun
can't
is
believe
that?
it. I know.
And has she ever told you stories about when she's lost?
Well, of course, I was curious about that because a
Mhm.
lot of times people that hit the big jackpots, it takes a lot of money to win a lot of money.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, you know, she probably goes and drops 3, 4, 5 grand a weekend if she's going.
Mhm.
I was like, Lauren, what's the most she's ever lost? She's like, like 400. I'm like, I just lost 400. Like
Oh
what?
my gosh.
She goes, yeah, she'll play, and if she loses that amount, then she'll just pack it up and come home. Like special. She is special. It's her gift.
I want to go next time.
Come. We can eat for free. A talking stick. Stay the night. She's
Tapas?
rooms. You just don't have time.
Oh my gosh. And
know.
so they'll even do that, not even on the table games. Like if you just play the computer games, they'll still give you rooms and stuff.
100%.
That's amazing.
So, anyways,
That's
that the
a little
energy
date
was
night for you
electric.
guys.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Next time you have to come.
Okay.
You have to witness this miracle.
Yeah.
She's like a gifted person, like a fortune teller, or like a kid that gets the stigmata. She's like something to behold. When she
Wow.
plays. It's
I wanna
just one
see.
after the next. And I'm like, I've been sitting in the same spot with you
Mhm.
30 minutes, and I haven't got that special thing once, and you get them like 10 times. It's
And
crazy.
then I wonder if you had changed, like if you had switched machines, if you it would have kept going for you, or if it would have.
No, I believe no.
Right.
No, it's Katie.
Shout out to Katie.
Shout out to Katie.
Steve and I used to dabble in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't call it roofied him one time.
Roofie's too strong.
It's kind of a strong word, and it was all voluntary, like he knew. But instead of Adderall,
Yeah.
I did give him Klonopin.
What is that?
It is a horse tranquilizer of sorts that
Oh,
make you
night night, Steve.
forget everything.
See you next Thursday.
Luckily, we were both Klonopined.
Yeah.
And
You were pinned together.
yeah, and so I had apologized to him for that the next day when we both woke up. The cool part about that little story is that we both woke up, looked at each other, like checked for broken bones or bleeding, and then
Yeah.
looked over at the nightstand and there was like 5 black chips. Those
Oh,
were like,
snap. Black action, they say.
yeah.
I think it's $100 chip, right?
Yeah. And
Is
so
that
we're
the
like,
thing
we
you
don't know
went to
how
go
that.
get a tattoo, and they're like, no.
I think it was a different time because
Oh,
at
okay.
that time I think I was maybe I was upset with Steve or something.
Oh yeah, and you're like, I'm getting a tattoo.
Yeah, I'm like, you go back up to, oh, maybe he went up to the room or something. He was done. And so he wanted, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you left me. And he didn't, of course.
Love
He
the
didn't.
old drunk fight.
Oh my God. And
They're so dumb.
they're so dumb. And we wouldn't even fight. It would mostly be like if he didn't give me the amount of attention I needed in that moment and
Yeah.
read my mind, then it
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna go insert my dominance
I don't
here.
deserve this. I don't
Yeah.
need to deal with this.
You're not gonna treat me like that.
You're not gonna treat me like that.
So I went over into the tattoo area and I'm like, I'm gonna get a tattoo right here. How much is it? And they're like, our shop minimum's $150. And I'm like,
You're like, I have 20.
I probably have $0. Will you take $0? They're like, you're hammered and you need to get out of
Like,
here.
no, we need payment of some kind. So what else you got?
We're gonna need to give you a breathalyzer to make sure that you won't die. I'm grateful that I didn't get a tattoo that night, even though it would have been here and it would have been a heart. But obviously now I could get a couple things.
What are you gonna get tonight? I know I want to get.
Well, we had talked about doing the constellations, or not the constellation. Yeah, horoscopy constellation, the star of our horoscope.
We did.
Did I
Yeah,
have that?
we did.
Oh, okay, I'm
That's
like, did I
right.
have that conversation?
Nope, it
So-
just needed a minute to bubble to the surface. It's down there. It went.
Is that something that we could have this thing, like that we could do together? But
Yeah. Then I'm probably gonna get 2
okay,
because I really want to get the Roman numerals of 27 on my arm.
okay.
Okay, for the listeners,
Mhm.
all 2 of you, everybody in my family is born on the 27th. Eli, Adam, Peyton, and my due date was the 27th.
Mm,
So it's just a significant number to me. It's a number that I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I really like Roman numerals, and I want that on my arm.
let's do it.
So
In.
we'll get 2.
Okay, next segment,
Oh, fuck. I just hit my face on that.
face plant. Would you rather? So this is kind of a would you rather off of our last episode about the dentist, and anybody
Ugh.
that went straight to episode 2 instead of just going to episode 1, there's a very funny dentist story. And so here's the question, because Steve asked me this. Shout out Steve again.
Shut up,
Um
Steven.
he asked me, which one would you rather go to? The dentist or the gynecologist? I dislike both, and both make me feel equally uncomfortable.
I never thought I'd say this.
Gynecologist, I bet.
Dentist.
Oh, no
yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that in a gazillion years.
Dentist. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No joke.
Yeah. So the gynecologist is horrific.
Terrible.
The things for your feet, the stirrups.
Yep.
Can you scoot your bottom down to the end of the
Can't
okay.
you get better things to hold your feet too? Like, do they have to be so sterile?
It's like it's giving mental hospital from
100%.
the 40s where like if you had PMS they sent you somewhere and gave you a lobotomy. Like it's
Yeah.
giving primitive, not primitive is not even the right word, like archaic fucking medicine and
Straitjacket.
practices that
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah, we need to upgrade that. We should talk to Nicola.
There's gotta be just like a better way, a different position. So
Mhm.
you're not so just open, vulnerable. I remember the first time
Mhm.
I got examined
Yeah.
and I was like, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could lay there, spread eagle.
100%.
Like, it's gonna be a little cold. And
Oh,
everything about it, this is another one of those things where it's like, how is this just supposed to be normal?
little
How-
pressure,
little pressure, little pressure. Like, what?
little pinch.
Little pinch, little, whoa, just a little eat,
Oh,
little queen.
it's the
It's
worst.
horrible, Gretchen. Talk about like disassociation.
Yeah.
Because if you've had kids or have tried to get pregnant or have had to have any kind of procedure down there, you have to just zone out. Like you have to just go somewhere else.
Yep.
Because it's traumatic.
Mhm.
And if you have real trauma
Mhm.
around that kind of thing,
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how you could sit there and allow that to occur. It's just it's so much. It's like, is it really necessary? Do you need to go up in there? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. It's just it's so bad.
I think the answer is yes, but I mean, in my head, developing a little bit more of a relationship with a patient before doing it. My first time was like in Planned Parenthood,
Oh,
all by myself. And the
oh,
doctor didn't, maybe I should have spoken up, but I didn't have a voice back then. So I just went in, shut up, and I was like,
the Chihuahua.
and so afterwards, she was like not gentle, not informative, just going in there, getting the business done and moving on her merry way. And afterwards, I told her, like, oh my God, that was like my first one. And it was, and because I was like visibly like, holy shiza, I didn't even know what to expect on that. And she's like, oh my God, I had no idea that was your first exam. And I'm like, maybe something to ask,
Right.
or treat it as if it was
Yeah.
every human's first time getting that done.
Right.
What the hell?
Okay.
So not only are we going to
Controversial question.
okay, go ahead.
What do you think about male gynecologists?
I'm not. I'm not. I would never do go to one.
What do you think about them as a person? Do you get
I
get where I'm going
wonder.
with this?
Yes, I do. I wonder. Did you see that Sex in the City when, or was it Sex in the City? What's that? The episode where he was like he didn't want to. Oh my God, I'm gonna slaughter this. But he didn't want to go down because he's there all day. Oh, it was Friends.
Yes.
Friends episode where he's
Yeah.
like, I'm just all down there all day long.
Yeah.
And Rachel like took a, or I think pretty sure it was Rachel, just took a big swig of coffee and was like, I'll probably be done with this relationship. But yeah, it is, I mean, interesting. Interesting. We should have one on the show.
I'm sorry, like it's giving pervert, right? I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
There's okay, the human body is so
Go with what you know.
vast, and there's so, like you could be a cardiologist, you could be a fucking
Right.
proctologist.
Right.
Who gives a shit? But like vaginas, it's giving like I'm an incel, and this is the only way I get to see a lady part.
Oh,
And I feel bad saying it because I'm sure there's some nice men out there who just, are
you
in the
say what people don't want to say. And that's why I love it.
sorry, don't come for me. I'm just no who cares what like no, it doesn't matter at all. This is just what goes on in my head. I
get
say
it.
like, oh, I'm a male gynecologist. I'm like, pervert, right away.
Knee-jerk
Can't
reaction.
be trusted. Mm-mm.
Like,
No, something's wrong up there. I don't know.
yeah, I get that. I think that, you just stick to what your own parts are. The people that I work with have similar minds as me, they have similar issues as me. That's why I can help them. And so I guess the physical body would be similar.
And
Stick to
also,
what
like,
you know.
you pick the one body part that you don't personally have.
That is
It's
interesting. We should totally interview somebody on that.
because you can't relate. You don't know anything about it. Like, I'm not going to be a penis doctor.
Right.
Not that
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what feels normal, what doesn't feel normal. Like,
Right.
uh,
I have no life experience with that.
it's like it's not for me to become an expert in. I don't know. Like, it just seems odd. Like, why? Why?
Why?
Like, be honest. I feel like if you strapped them to a chair and you like beat them until they gave you the truth, 9 times out of 10, and I stand by this, it would not
Say it. It's okay.
be because they're a pervert.
Yeah, it's not. Oh,
You know
yeah.
who we should have on the pod? We should have Nicola on the pod
Mm-hmm.
because she is.
Shout out to Nicola.
Shout out to Nicola. She is a very smart woman. I love her very much, and she is a PA in a gynecological practice, Mayo Clinic. Real
Mayo
deal.
Clinic.
Real deal. Like smart cookie here. She works with all these people.
Let's talk to her about that because I would like some clarification. Because I really, really, really like to see the good in all people, and I cannot fathom all male gynecologists being pervs.
See, I can. So I want her to come on and I want her to sound off because listen, she works around them.
Totally. She would be able to
She
tell
would
us.
know.
Yeah.
She'd be like, yeah, they are.
And she would have the insider. Yes, she would. And we wouldn't get the facade of the male being like, I did it because my mother had ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why.
Real saintly mission in your life. No, but I think that she would have some interesting color for that. But
I do too.
And I'm not saying every single one is. There's maybe one.
I wonder what the percentage is between. I'll Google it.
I feel like
Hold,
it's. I feel like it's even.
Let's look. Curious. Percentage. I freeze up on this. I just don't even. Percentage of male versus female gynos.
Gynos or OBs. At least OBGYN. At least they get to experience the birth of a baby, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
57% of academic physicians and obstetricians were female compared to 43% male. 43%. Oh, here, OBGYN residents, 85% of OBGYN residents are female compared to 15%
but
male.
Also, that backs up what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's more in the business of the vagina than there are in the business of birth and then babies.
Yeah.
Because that's not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
See a baby come out.
See a baby come out.
See a baby come out of there.
So you're seeing the baby come out?
Yeah. So Gretchen's like, hey, I have this video of Willa being born. You want to see it? And I'm like, I love you, but no.
I think I would want to see yours.
I wouldn't even want to see mine.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
How do you feel about me right now?
I love you, but now I'm like, should I see it?
Have you ever seen a baby being born?
Yeah.
Who's?
I don't know, like videos
Oh, okay. I saw Kelly's being born.
in real life.
In
No, I
real-
have not. I have not witnessed
It
the
is
miracle of birth in real life.
crazy. It is so cool.
Yeah.
But like kind of the same vibe. Like you kind of dissociate. You're like, that can't be really what's happening. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like dissociate a little bit and enjoy what I'm seeing.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden it's in your tummy and then it comes out and then they're holding this thing that you grew,
Yeah.
that they grew in their tummy.
Right. Bizarre. And
It's
then
really
they
cool.
just grow into this little person
Yeah.
without you doing shit. And then as soon as they come out, needy as fuck.
Oh,
You don't
That's-
do anything. And they're perfectly cared for.
yep.
And then they come out and
Then
it's
the real game starts.
it's so crazy.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're just like, you're like, oh, it's so precious in my belly. And I'm sure other,
Yeah.
like, I had pretty good pregnancies, but I'm sure that there's people that are like, my pregnancy sucked. I was the whole time. Yeah. Um, but that is true. They come out and it's like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
What did I just do?
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was rough.
Oh, so rough.
Ooh, maybe we should let's share our birth stories on another episode.
Episode 3.
Yeah, we can go through the birth stories.
Shall I write that down?
Yeah.
Or I'll forget.
Oh, we were supposed to talk about other stuff, and then I got off on the gyno tangent.
We can go, the other stuff, and now I think that it's a little bit more relevant talking about babies. So maybe this is a really good segue talking about inner child
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Have you done inner child work?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so no. It is some of the best, hardest, most beautiful, amazing work because you go back and you just pick any age that you feel like needs nurtured.
Mhm.
And then you as the adult now, and you can think about your own kids or any of that kind of stuff, and you go back to that age and you give that version of you what you needed in that moment.
Mm.
Like love, understanding, you need to be heard, you need to be validated, you need to be told like this is not fair and I see you and I'm so sorry that this happened and how this is how it shaped out and that wasn't your job when you were little and you just all these things. But your adult self gets to be the person that goes and takes care of little you.
Little G.
Yeah. Yeah. But it didn't start out that rosy. Like, I talked about this in G7 Chronicles, but I was in recovery and I knew I needed to go to therapy and I didn't want to fucking go to treatment again. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just go to therapy. It'll be fine. And so I got recommended to this one lady who was like the best in recovery. And I call her up and she's like, sorry, not taking on new patients. And can be quite persuasive if I need to be.
Sure
And
can.
I basically was begging her to take me on. And she finally's like, fine, okay, fine, fine, fine. And so we have our first session and we're just sitting there talking. And I'm not kidding, like it was probably 5 minutes into the session. And she looks at me and she goes, classic inner child work. And I'm like, not really liking the tone.
Yeah.
You can go F yourself
Yeah.
and I'm out. And
Yeah.
I just shut down right then and there. And of course, this is all happening in my head because at that point in time, I wasn't going to sit there and be like, don't talk to me like that. I don't know, no, no, like how I maybe should have, or
Right.
said to her, hey, maybe you shouldn't talk to somebody who's going through a really hard time like that and like just label them so
Yeah.
like aggressively.
Well, but then you're left with she's supposed to be the best. So what am I missing something? Am I taking this the wrong way?
Right.
Is it me?
Yeah. So I didn't go back to her and I said, I will not be doing that work. And then fast forward a little bit, like actually a safe person came and described a little bit more of what it was. And I'm like, oh, I can dig into that. Talk to little G and like have her hang out with me and let me like cuddle and love her. And it was really, really cool. And now I do it all the time.
Yeah, okay, I want to see it in action. Tell me, how do you do it?
Okay, so I'm think about like if I'm spinning. Let's just talk about because it kind of was on episode 1 where I had to tell myself, okay, I'm gonna surrender and I'm gonna receive this love.
Yeah,
Right from
yeah.
you. And so when I was spinning like that, it's not my adult self that's spinning, it's little G.
Mm,
Because little G, it wasn't safe to receive love. There was conditions. It was going
okay.
to go away. I was
Mm,
going to do something to screw it up. That person was going to see the real me. You were going to see the real me. And then you're going to be like, fuck this, I'm out. Like all those fears go through my head.
okay.
So I got to pause and I got to tell little G, like, hey, this is different. You're different. Missy's different. She's safe. You can trust. Like, I just got to reassure her that worst case scenario, everything goes to hell in a handbasket. Like, I'm strong enough to be able to bounce back, and it's all a divine process, anyways.
Right.
So at that point in time, I'm like, all right, let's
Yeah.
go. And, but it takes that,
Yeah.
like that chit chat to, but I get to do that now.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that the next time I have a strong reaction to something.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's why sometimes you're not sure, like, why am I acting? Because
Yes.
it's the little
Yeah.
little miss.
Yeah, exactly. Little miss, little miss. And
Mhm.
but you do it enough times and you get enough reps and you really like back to this thing, like you make the choice to believe that like my adult self is okay. Like your logical brain is going to tell you one thing, but your emotional brain is going to tell you something very, very different.
Yeah.
And the same things can be happening at the same exact time where you're like, I've told myself this all the time, like my logical brain knows this,
Yeah.
but my feeling brain is still so hurt and so like up in arms. And so,
Mhm.
so I have to talk my emotional side off the ledge.
Yeah.
Circle back.
Yeah.
To regain homeostasis.
Regain
So there's a lot of work that goes up there on a regular basis.
I gotta explore that because that seems interesting. And like I love how you talk about doing reps. That really resonated with me because like when we used to do mindful Mondays,
Mhm.
a lot of the time you'd be like relax the physical body, da, 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 and I just like couldn't get there. And then you would be like, if this feels weird to you, or if it feels too hard, or whatever, it's just you keep doing reps.
Mhm.
It's like building muscle.
Yep.
The more you do it, the easier it will get, and probably like the faster you could just do it because your body remembers
Mhm.
what to do. But if you've never done that before, it's very daunting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
100%.
what do you want me to? What? Like,
Or you're like, your shoulders are up like this, and they're like, take an inhale, and you're like,
yeah,
like,
I'm like
didn't work,
this.
I'm gonna quit.
My butthole's clenched up. I'm like gritting my teeth. I'm like ready to pounce at any moment in
Right.
time and
Right.
just learning to
Yep.
it's hard.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I remember laying in my the inpatient treatment center. Shout out Soba Mesa.
Shout out Sober Mesa.
Soba Mesa. Soba has a gangster lean with an A like Willa.
Soba?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Soba.
So it was Thursdays and we would lay down on the ground and our mindfulness teacher would come in and we would just do body scans basically.
Mhm.
And I would be in hell.
Mm.
I would be like toes, and she would go toes, feet, shins, calves. And then I was like, speed it up, lady. We know what the next one's like.
Yeah.
Get going.
Yeah.
And even though I resisted it so much that I still got benefit at the end. And when I stopped trying to resist, and like that little bit of mindfulness keyed in, that's like, oh, wow. When I walk out of here, like I have more patience with myself and I have more compassion with myself and I have more patience with everybody in the external, every person that I come into contact with. So I'm like, ugh, there's got to be something to this stupid meditation.
Yeah,
and
you can't
mindfulness stuff.
argue with the results
No.
you
Good.
experience.
So then I just dove in, and people out here will soon realize this. And I think that you've already realized it, that once I dive in,
Dive deep.
There's no
Dive
turning back,
deep.
and we're going big.
Big, go big.
And it's turned out to be pretty awesome.
Yep.
So, holler if you need any help with that.
Follow.
All right. Any? Ooh, excuse the clearing of the throat.
Got a little frog in there.
Little frog, little frog, not a big frog.
Inner child frog.
Just a little baby frog.
Little frog. Little F.
Should we talk to little frog?
Let's talk to little frog.
Or maybe we wrap it up.
Sure.
What do you think? How do you want to wrap this baby up?
What was on our
What
list?
time is it? Well, we got to go to Sensual Somatic.
We got to go to Sensual Somatic. Stay tuned for our review and update after Sensual Somatic. If we are these new and improved, just deliciously sensual.
We come in with like black masks and leather.
Yeah. Here I am talking about perverts, and I'm like, like what? Takes one to know one, fucking weirdo.
Usually it's a mere reflection. No,
Yeah.
you are not a pervert.
Oh my gosh, what's it called? Projecting? Am I projecting?
Could be.
Oh my god.
But I would say that you're not. I think that you're pretty much the
I don't want to see vagina for the record. I don't want to see vaginas. Okay.
Or in our topic, you don't want to be a doctor of a penis.
I don't want to be a doctor at all.
Yeah, I do actually.
I know. For next time.
For next time. All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
It's a wrap.